Kroger gives you so many ways to save, on top of our lower than low prices. Enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. Earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon. And with a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Plus, our weekly sales will keep your budget merry and bright. So get rewarded and save. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Today at 3, Election Day is finally upon us as people around Kentucky are hitting the polls to cast their vote. And the governor's race is at the forefront of election night as the two gubernatorial candidates face off. And we'll be joined by a special guest in studio to talk about how things will shake out tonight as we progress through election night. Stay with us.
I'm Chief Meteorologist T.J. Shuck. By November standards, a pretty nice election day. Of course, some clouds early, but the big story, unseasonably mild temperatures, and we could be talking record highs heading into the day on Wednesday. Your Storm Team forecast is coming up.
You're watching Good Afternoon Kentucky with Ramey Cohen and T.G. Shuck. ABC 36, on your side.
Good afternoon, Kentucky. I'm Doug High. Ramey Cohen's on assignment. Thanks for joining us. Well, we're going to start things off with Chief Meteorologist T.G. Shuck. And T.G., we were talking about weather perhaps playing a role in the polls a week ago, but looks like we're smooth sailing right now.
Absolutely, Doug. 3 hours until the polls close. And for folks that have not yet voted, the rest of the afternoon is going to be pretty nice. Of course, we had a good bit of overcast much of the day. Example A here, clouds for Election Day. This shot from Gina Garrett over in Marion County. You see on our Max HD radar and satellite, we've had some clearing, so we're getting a little bit of sunshine poking out from time to time. We got a frontal boundary laying out just right along the Ohio River. That thing's eventually going to arc to the north as we get through the overnight and into the day tomorrow. Our Bluegrass Pace Care Skyview HD camera network trying to filter a little bit of sun through that thinning cloud deck, that is. Hicks and Funson Cam, how about 74? Winds not as strong as they were yesterday, but the 74 kind of an indication of what is on the way. How about mid to upper 70s, 77 there, Somerset down to Williamsburg. And you look west and across parts of western Tennessee, pressing the 80-degree mark. Legitimately, I think we're going to make a run at a record high tomorrow. Tomorrow's record high here in Lexington, 77. Set just 3 years ago in 2020, and we could easily make 80. The combination of the sunshine and the wind, so it is going to be unseasonably warm, to say the least. Now, you know this time of the year, that's generally not going to last very long. In fact, we'll see some much-needed rain followed by more typical temperatures and conditions as we head toward the upcoming weekend. But definitely get out and vote this afternoon. No excuses with the weather whatsoever. Again, that bit of a cool down heading our way for the weekend. I'll tell you about that. 7-day forecast coming up.
We'll see you soon, TG, and we'll live it up while we got it. Appreciate you. Well, we're going to begin with election 2023, and Kentuckians heading to the polls today to cast their ballots for the state's highest offices. That includes Kentucky Governor, Republican nominee and current Attorney General Daniel Cameron cast his ballot this morning in Louisville. ABC 36's Justin Walker has been following Cameron today, and he joins us live from the Louisville Marriott downtown with more. Hey, Justin.
Good evening, Doug. That's right. There's certainly a lot of confidence and excitement here for the Cameron campaign. Now, Cameron telling the media this week he will win this election. Of course, we'll have to wait until every vote is counted just to see if that holds true. Now, we caught up with Cameron earlier this morning as he voted. Cameron casting his ballot at Wilder Elementary this morning in Louisville with his wife and son. Cameron says he's run a very robust campaign. He says if Kentuckians want leadership that is going to reflect their values, eliminate the state's income tax, and get violent crime under control, that he's their guy. As the campaign waits for the polls to close, Cameron says he plans to spend a lot of time with his wife and son before the Republican Party's victory party at the Marriott Hotel in downtown. And of course, that's where I am right now. We have our team all across the state ready to bring you the latest results. Now, polls will be closing in about 3 hours, so we'll keep you updated. I'm live in Louisville. Justin Walker for ABC 36 on your side.
All right, Justin, thanks. We'll see you soon. And his opponent and incumbent, Andy Beshear, looking for another term as governor. Beshear casting his ballot last week as he encouraged Kentuckians to take advantage of early voting. ABC 36's Anna Medina live in Louisville to break down what we can expect from the incumbent. Hey, Anna.
Hello, Doug. We're here at Paris Town Hall at Old Forester in Louisville, where in just a few hours, things are going to brighten up for the Beshear campaign as they await those results. Well, let's talk about Andy Beshear. He's the incumbent governor right now. Now, he was elected back in 2019, right after, at the time, Governor Matt Bevin. And Beshear has seen many events throughout his campaign, from the Western Kentucky tornadoes to the Eastern Kentucky floods to the COVID-19 pandemic. Throughout it all, he tried to keep Kentucky as positive as possible, encouraging them with his daily briefings, saying, we're going to get through this together. Now, Beshear is the son of former Governor Steve Beshear. According to many, the race will test whether a Democratic incumbent can survive in a deep red state. Some of the highlights from Beshear's term have been record investments to the state, with the addition of jobs and companies relocating to the bluegrass. Since the beginning of the race, Beshear and his running mate Jacqueline Coleman have been advocating for teacher raises and universal pre-K. Another big topic has been abortion. Beshear has been vocal about supporting abortion rights. Now, there's a lot at stake at this race, so we're going to hope to update you with those results later today. So stay with ABC 36 throughout tonight. For now, live in Louisville, Anna Medina, ABC 36 on your side.
Team coverage continues. Anna, thank you for that. In your nation view, now to the latest on the civil fraud trial in New York against Donald Trump, his two adult sons, and the Trump Organization. The former president taking the witness stand in the $250 million case brought by the state attorney general. During his testimony, Trump repeatedly attacked the judge and the attorney general, claiming political bias. The judge growing angry and frustrated because he felt Trump wasn't answering the questions from the prosecution, even telling Trump's lawyers at time to, quote, rein in their client. ABC's Morgan Norwood in New York tracking what's next in this trial.
Blasting the civil fraud trial against him and his sons.
It's a scam.
A defiant Donald Trump, after concluding his testimony, continued his criticism outside the courtroom.
And this is a case that should have never been brought.
Emotions running high as Trump testified for roughly 5 hours Monday in New York Attorney General Letitia James's $250 million civil fraud case against Trump, his sons, and the Trump Organization. While on the stand, Trump railing against the judge, was already determined they and the company defrauded banks by overvaluing his assets and inflating his net worth. The judge, who was also the jury in this case, becoming visibly frustrated by Trump's comments, at one point asking Trump's attorney, "Can you control your client? This is not a political rally. This is a courtroom."
And Donald Trump is insulting the jury. He knows this case is basically over. He's hoping that this judge lashes out. He's hoping that this judge does things that he'll be able to use on appeal.
Trump eventually conceded that he reduced the value of at least 2 properties in his financial statements because he felt they were inflated. However, he mostly deflected any blame to his accountants. With Trump's testimony and that of his sons, Don Jr. and Eric, now complete, his daughter Ivanka now expected to be the state's final witness. She's not a defendant in this case, but prosecutors believe she has useful information about how the Trump Organization was run. In an earlier deposition, she denied involvement.
Sure, he has accountants who do all sorts of stuff, have all sorts of stuff. But no, sorry. Right, I don't specifically know what was prepared on his behalf.
So after Trump's defense puts on their case, the judge will decide how much is owed in damages and whether to ban him and his sons from doing business in New York. I'm Morgan Norwood, ABC News, New York.
And still ahead, we are joined by a special guest in studio to give us more insight on election night. Stay tuned for that. TG, boy, talking history possibly with this forecast.
Yeah, absolutely, Doug. It's been a great day, even with some clouds around. Starting to see a few peaks of sunshine trying to work through the cloudiness in Richmond. Mid-70s today. How about the 80-degree mark potentially tomorrow? More on that in your 7-day coming up after the break.
On the next Lee and Haley show, Lee, what's a hallux? What's dysania? We're playing the dictionary game.
Oh, and someone gets really angry when their buns get toasty. Next Lee and Haley. Attention Medicare beneficiaries. If you have or are eligible for Medicaid, please listen closely. You may be eligible for the WellCare Dual Liberty HMOD SNP Medicare Advantage Plan from WellCare with a $0 monthly plan premium. Call now. We can answer your questions and help you enroll over the phone. WellCare provides access to essential benefits that go beyond original Medicare, such as dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drug coverage. Plus extra benefits like more access to care with fitness benefits and WellCare's telehealth services, including online doctor visits. And the WellCare Spendables debit card to use for additional dental, vision, and hearing costs, over-the-counter health items, even gas and groceries. Your Spendables card balance rolls over every month, so you never lose a cent as long as you have the WellCare Dual Liberty HMOD SNP plan. WellCare is contracted with Medicare to provide plans that may be perfect for you. Call 1-877-281-9602. Now, that's 1-877-281-9602.
When it comes to Medicare Advantage, how do you know you've got the right plan? Easy. Just ask Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Call us at 833-808-1530 to get a one-on-one plan review with a licensed agent. We'll help you compare options so you can make the most of your budget. How? We take all the time you need to make sure all your questions are answered. Like, is my doctor in network? Or is my pharmacy included? And there's no pressure to sign up. Because we understand Medicare can be confusing, which is why we're here to help. Call us at 833-808-1530 to learn about plans with a wide network of doctors and hospitals, including Mercy Health. At the end of the day, you'll know you've got the right plan. Never go it alone. That's our anthem.
Honda's got it going on for drivers everywhere. On the road, on the town, on for work, or for play, night or day. On with safety, more miles per gallon, and the best resale value. Search a local Honda dealer today.
Hey, welcome back. TG, these temperatures beyond belief for 7 November here. And what's the year to beat? Is it 1959 for that number tomorrow?
Well, actually, that's the latest that we've had an 80-degree temperature. That was on November 11th. Now, the record tomorrow is 77, and that was set just 3 years ago, back in 2020. But given the setup tomorrow with some sunshine around and the winds are going to pick up similar to what we had yesterday, I think that'll be enough to get us there. Beauty of fall, Johnny Nicholson always coming through. Nice shot from the Rockcastle River down in south central Kentucky. Pretty thick cloudiness earlier, but you can see it beginning to thin out. So we are seeing some improvement. The clouds due to a frontal boundary that's just been riding the Ohio River. Now that's eventually going to lift back to the north as a warm front getting into the overnight and into the day tomorrow. Our Bluegrass Pace Care Skyview HD Camera Network, Richmond EKU, a nice 73 there. Winds up a bit, but nothing like yesterday when we had those gusts 25 to 30. That's what we will see tomorrow. Check out southern Kentucky, and that's where we've seen a little bit more in the way of sunshine, and as a result, we've had mid to upper 70s there. That's why it's only 68 in Moorhead, because we got a little bit more in the way of cloudiness there. Out west, pressing 80, and that's where we'll probably play tomorrow. So there's that front stretched out over the area, high pressure down over eastern Georgia. That's going to give way, and as the warm front arcs to the north, that's going to allow that southwest wind to really kick in tomorrow. Couple that with the sunshine, and we will be in good shape. Can't rule out a sprinkle or two, even though we've seen a little bit of clearing, because that front still has to lift back to the north. May see at least a few clouds during the overnight. I think upper 50s to low 60s will do it, and then you see where afternoon highs are headed. 80 for the high. So here's a look at that record warmth. Again, the record high for tomorrow, 77, set back in 2020, forecast high of 80, and the latest 80-degree temperature on record here in Lexington, that was November 11th, 1959, and there have only been 10, count them, 10 80-degree plus days in November on record here in Lexington. Now, remember, they've been keeping records since the late 1870s. just for some perspective. But it all comes to an end on Thursday. Frontal boundary moves in with some very beneficial and much needed rain. And then we've got a secondary wave that's going to cruise through. That's going to keep some showers around, I think, especially into southern Kentucky. But the deeper we get into Friday, better off we'll be. And of course, that's good news because we've got the second round of the high school football playoffs upcoming. And you see how those rain totals really increasing in southern Kentucky. That's a good thing. We got forest fires ongoing there. We're still in the drought situation. There's your drought monitor. And of course, this will be updated coming up on Thursday. Still moderate drought in the tan. And you see there into eastern Kentucky, abnormally dry. Senior Day, huge game out of Kroger Field coming up this Saturday as the Crimson Tide take on the Cats. High noon kickoff. A little bit coolish for tailgating, but I think a very pleasant afternoon. By the time the game's over, temperatures are going to be right around where we should be for this time of the year. Our lows tonight will be close to our average highs, just to give you some perspective. A few clouds mild, mainly dry, and then tomorrow, record warmth, mostly sunny, 80. Note the southwest wind, 15 to 20, gusting higher than that. And then we'll catch a little dose of reality as we head into the upcoming weekend. But again, nothing off the charts here. We'll have some chilly mornings in addition to game day. Saturday is Veterans Day as well, but we're looking good. Some sunshine, that's going to carry over into early next week with afternoon highs in the upper 50s, finally sneaking into the low 60s this time next week.
Let's talk Kentucky.
Weekdays at 12:30.
Following ABC 36 News at noon.
We are ABC 36 on your side.
Feels good to be home.
Ashley's Black Friday is going on now. Get up to 75% off holiday hot buys or get 0% interest for 60 months with no down payment. Only at Ashley.
Instantly. DraftKings, you spoiling me now. Getting paid in the blink of an eye. NBA legend Allen Iverson hit us with a sports metaphor.
This instant offer is kind of like my crossover. Just place your bet, and it's money.
Oh, he did.
Score 2 great NBA offers. Bet $5 to get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Plus, no sweat same game parlays every day. The crown is yours.
Watch me. Watch me grapple, move, and pin. When I hit the mat, don't underestimate the grin. I've got state championships and medals to show. But it's about more than just winning. This you should know. Overcoming odds through therapy and care. The road was long. Now opponents beware. Watch me. Game-changing sports medicine at Shriners Children's. The most amazing care anywhere.
No matter how many crunches, core work I do, this will just not budge. Hi, my name is Vanessa Simmons. I went to Sono Bello and I had them remove all of my stubborn body fat right here in one visit. I saw the shape of my body changing immediately. My stomach is definitely flatter. My waist is tiny. I see curves that I didn't even know I had before.
Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells for good on your stomach, hips and thighs, back, and so much more.
I feel like I got my confidence back.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation and find out how you can get $250 off instantly. Call 1-888-336-2869 or go to sonobello.com.
Feels good to be home.
Black Friday is going on now at Ashley. This week only, get up to $1,000 off your purchase. Like this 2-piece leather power reclining living room set, now $1,000 off. Plus, Friday through Monday, veterans save an extra 5%. Only at Ashley.
Welcome back to Good Afternoon Kentucky. I'm joined by my friend and colleague, ABC 36 News anchor and the host of Let's Talk Kentucky, and lucky for us, a PhD candidate in political science, as it turns out, Sherelle Roberts.
Hey, Doug.
So good to have you with us.
Really glad to be here. I mean, Election Day is my favorite day of the year.
I know. You've been in the zone all day. I've seen you working the phones all day on both sides of the aisle. So the big question then, and you've managed campaigns in the past too, Sherelle, Give us the inside track here. What are you hearing? How hot is this race for governor going to get?
So I think this one is as hot as it could possibly get. This is going to be a very close race, looking like the numbers are going to be anywhere between 2% and 4%, and it could go for either candidate. Again, I have been on the phones all day. I've been talking to both folks, Republican strategists, Democrat strategists, and they say that it's going to be a tight one. The latest poll that we saw had both candidates 47-47 with that margin of error between 2 and 4. 2 and 4. So it could really go either way tonight. It's going to depend on a couple of different variables.
Okay. What are we looking at, variable-wise?
All right. So I've said from the beginning, and this hasn't been the conventional wisdom, but I've said from the beginning that this has been Daniel Cameron's race to lose. He's incredibly popular. The first time that he was elected, he got some of the highest vote totals for any constitutional officer ever that was a Republican. He is a Senator Mitch McConnell protege. He has been following him and been groomed by him. He has the endorsement of former President Donald Trump, which is a big deal because former President Trump carried Kentucky both times, right? So those are favorables for Attorney General Daniel Cameron. Then we're talking about Governor Beshear. He is one of the most popular governors in the entire United States of America, right? His approval ratings were like at 64%. They're in the 60s. That's a lot. Then he was a COVID governor, and as far as COVID governors, especially the ones who helped to save lives, had really strong leadership, we've seen a boost for them around the United States, regardless of party. We can look at Brian Kemp down in Georgia, right? He's gotten a boost. Beshear has gotten a boost. And then, unfortunately, this governor has had to navigate many natural disasters. So we're talking about Eastern Kentucky, Western Kentucky, floods and tornadoes. He's shown a lot of compassion. He's gone out there. He's gotten people money. They've started to do recovery work, and he's given a plan forward. But I think in politics, people might not know the numbers, but they know when you show up.
Oh, yes.
When you spend time with them, when you shake their hand, when you give them a bottle of water. And so they both have pretty good favorables. It's the other stuff that we have to watch out for.
The psychology of this, too. So with our viewers and our voters, what kind of impact have these campaigns had, the political ads in particular?
So there are a couple of different issues going on in this campaign. One cannot be overlooked, especially for women, and that's the issue of abortion and reproductive care. Governor Beshear believes that reproductive care and abortion is something that should be between a woman and their doctor, and he's kind of left it at that. Attorney General Cameron has taken more of a staunch approach, saying that he would be in favor of some abortion bans. He's kind of moderated that stance, but not really. It's been kind of waffling. You're not really sure where he stands. Birth control questions have come into play, so we've got that. Then we have Senate Bill 150, and everybody remembers this is the big either or and or law that controlled schools. Can they teach sex education? Can they talk about gender orientation? So these are some of the issues that are going on right now. So abortion, transgender issues, sexual orientation issues, sex education, and then you've got the economic issues. I mean, inflation. Right.
Which is unprecedented right now.
Yeah, a pack of hot dogs does not cost what it used to cost, right? So we got inflation issues, but then we also have the economic growth in the dollars that Governor Beshear has brought in, largely because of COVID. All of that money coming in from the federal government, all of those ARPA dollars, being able to hand those out and apportion those. Then we have all of the dollars for recovery. And Governor Beshear has created or brought in an environment where jobs can be created, all these batteries. So this is really going to come down to, I think, culture wars versus economics, big issues versus who do you like better?
A lot to unpack here. We've got about a minute left, Sherelle, and you're going to join us later on in the broadcast too, but let's talk about down ballots real quick and how that's factoring in.
So the down ballot races, I think that's going to look more traditional for a red state. What I'm hearing from both our Democrat and our Republican strategists is that the folks who are down ballot are likely going to, it's probably going to go Republican. But if Governor Beshear can hit a certain number, and I'm hearing both 6% and 10% from the strategists, if he can win by that much, then there'll be some coattails, and maybe some of those folks who are down ballot might get a little help, and we'll see. We'll see. We got to see what happens tonight.
Well, there's a lot to talk about. We're so glad you're staying with us. We're going to come back with you in just a little bit, and we want a primer for us non-PhD political science types to what to look for and how to navigate as these returns start coming in through the evening.
Absolutely. I've got some places where you need to keep your eyes open.
That's fantastic.
Okay.
News you can use. Sherelle, we appreciate you.
Thanks,
and see
Doug.
you soon.
Okay, thank you.
Back in just a moment. Stick around.
Energy rates are on the rise. Reduce your monthly costs and give your home an energy upgrade with new windows from Mad City Windows, Central Kentucky's premier remodeler. Our EcoSky windows feature Sky Mirror technology designed to stop energy loss no matter the season. Be sure to ask about the tax credit on new Energy Star rated windows. And with Mad City's Price Lock Guarantee, we'll lock your price in for 1 year. Call now during our holiday savings sale and receive 75% off installation of new windows, 48 months, 0% interest, senior and military discounts, and a bonus. Receive $500 in Mad City cash with your purchase of new windows. Good for future home improvements. Plus, call during this program and receive a free $50 Amazon gift card with in-home estimate. Throughout Central Kentucky, call 859-809-0083. That's 859-809-0083. It's the annual enrollment period for Medicare Advantage plans, and you have a choice, which is why Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield is here to help you get all the benefits you qualify for. Give us a call today at 800-608-1493 for a plan review with a licensed agent. We'll help you make the most of your budget. Ask about our $0 monthly premium plans that include dental, vision, and hearing, along with transportation, a gym membership, and $0 copays for prescriptions. We also have plans to help you pay for groceries, over-the-counter health items, and utilities like cell phone, all on a single prepaid MasterCard. Call Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield at 800-608-1493 for your Medicare Advantage plan review. Find a plan with all the benefits you're eligible for. We're here to help, so you never go it alone. That's our anthem.
My name's Al Fazalahi. Had a terrible T-bone accident. Gentleman blew a stop sign and broadsided me. Airbags went off. I got knocked around really badly. The first lawyer I called didn't return my call. And then I just said, well, you know what? I called Morgan & Morgan. They were in touch with me every step of the way, whether it was by phone call or by text message or Zoom meetings or emails. It made things extremely simple for me. That was a seamless process. It's so easy.
You're watching Good Afternoon Kentucky with Ramey Cohen and TG Shock. ABC 36 on your side.
Hey friends, welcome back to Good Afternoon Kentucky. The rink at Triangle Park has returned for the season. It's open daily through January 15th. And here to talk about the ice rink, Laura Farnsworth, the Director of Development and Events. Laura, it's good to see you. Don't let TG's 80 degrees dissuade this conversation, because it's really not winter without Triangle Park in full splendor.
Absolutely. We've got plenty of time between, the 70 degree today and January. We're here. We're back.
Absolutely. Let's talk about the rink for folks who may not have tried this before. An opportunity to step up.
Absolutely. So the rink at Triangle Park is open, like I said, for this season. It's a great opportunity to come down. It's very family friendly. You can try out, your skills on the ice.
Yeah.
Maybe you're not the best skater, like I'm not the best skater.
Or the last time you did it was 1978.
Also that.
Right?
Also
There's
that.
But don't let that stop you from giving it a shot. And it really is a lovely scene downtown with the rink. Any special promotions or excitement swirling around? I mean, there always seems like there's something popping on Triangle Park through the winter months.
We definitely will have promotions throughout the season. Our presenting sponsor, UK Federal Credit Union, all of their guests, if you have your debit card, you can take that down there and get a free skate experience.
Oh,
of course,
cool.
The city will bring the Christmas tree in. We'll have a menorah. There's a lot of great opportunity to have fun downtown.
Wow, this is so cool. So parking, always a question too. What's your best advice for folks that want to come down and experience Triangle and try out their hand at skating?
Sure. So there's a lot of great parking options downtown, especially on that end of town. You've got the Victorian Square Garage on Short Street.
Yeah.
There's metered parking in the area that's typically free after 7 and on the weekends. LexPark.org is going to have all your parking info, but trust me, there's plenty of spots to park.
It's a very user-friendly downtown. I think we're blessed to have it, actually. And this is just another great example. Where can folks learn a little bit more and start planning their trip to come down and strap on some skates?
Sure. We have the hours of operation and the dates on our website, which is downtownlex.com.
Very cool. And we want to thank you and your team for everything you do for downtown and just making Lexington, continuing to make Lexington just a great place to live.
Thank you. We're very proud.
We are too. Good to see you. And thanks for coming out on a busy day. We're back in just a moment, folks. Stick around.
Country music's biggest night has explosive collaborations. And country music's biggest stars come together for a tribute to Jimmy Buffett.
Let's go!
Luke Bryan and Peyton Manning host the CMA Awards, live Wednesday on ABC.
After a busy morning, this DQ breakfast bowl lets me take a moment all to myself. So I'd like to take a moment to recognize you, DQ breakfast bowl. Somehow you fit all my breakfast favorites all in one convenient bowl. Warm, fluffy eggs, hash browns, sausage, cheese, and grilled onions. Nestled in a hearty bowl topped with my choice of savory gravy or zesty salsa. Oh, we should all be so selfless and delicious. DQ, happy tastes good.
K-A-T-S, cats, cats, cats. Is your heating and cooling system under warranty? You may want to read the fine print before you say yes. Most manufacturers require an annual maintenance to keep the extended warranty. Cats is here to keep your systems running smoothly and keep them in warranty year after year. We're so proud of our personal service. We see you as our neighbor, not just a number. Cats Heating and Cooling proudly carries day and night HVAC products. K-A-T-S, cats, cats, cats. Call us today to schedule your annual maintenance.
It's the annual enrollment period for Medicare Advantage plans, and you have a choice, which is why Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield is here to help you get all the benefits you qualify for. Give us a call today at 800-608-1493 for a plan review with a licensed agent. We'll help you make the most of your budget. Ask about our $0 monthly premium plans that include dental, vision, and hearing, along with transportation, a gym membership, and $0 copays for prescriptions. We also have plans to help you pay for groceries, over-the-counter health items, and utilities like cell phone, all on a single prepaid MasterCard. Call Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield at 800-608-1493 for your Medicare Advantage plan review. Find a plan with all the benefits you're eligible for. We're here to help, so you never go it alone. That's our anthem.
Make memories in Mount Sterling this season, starting with the Mount Sterling Merchants Christmas Open House. Festive local shopping, dining, and door prizes at participating businesses throughout Mount Sterling. Friday, November the 10th from 10 till 6 and Saturday, November the 11th from 10 till 4. It's your first look at all the new merchandise, perfect for gift giving. Dozens of locally owned shops and restaurants, all in a beautiful and charming small town. Just minutes from Lexington, I-64, exit 110. Visit MountSterlingTourism.com. Kentucky, come see for yourself.
You're watching Good Afternoon Kentucky with Ramey Cohen and TG Shock. ABC 36 on your side.
Good afternoon, Kentucky. Doug High in for Ramey on assignment, and thanks for joining us. Our team coverage of election 2023 continues, but first, let's hail to the chief meteorologist, that is, TG Shuck, standing by with a good-looking forecast, TG. Kind of unprecedented, really, for November.
Yeah, we don't get this often in November. I mentioned it yesterday. I'm like, for a November election to have these type temperatures, pretty good day for voting, and we've managed to really avoid anything in the way of sprinkles or passing showers. Sure, we've seen some cloudiness. Example A here, this from Peter Silvestri over in Shelby County, but pretty typical November. Starting to see those leaves coming down, those colors fade a bit. Now, we have seen a little bit of clearing in spots, and that's allowed a little bit more in the way of sunshine. We have that boundary that's hanging along the Ohio River. Now, it will begin to lift northward. Here's that bit of sunshine up the I-64 corridor. Our Bluegrass Pace Care Skyview HC camera network. Over in Mount Sterling, we're at a nice 70 degrees. So most locations reaching the 70-degree mark, including Moorhead. Notice the farther south you go, it's a little bit milder because there has been a little bit more in the way of sunshine there. Tomorrow, everyone gets in on the sunshine, and unlike today, where we've got a little bit of a breeze, but it's not strong like it was yesterday, we're going to see that return. Southwest winds will be 15 to 20, with gusts probably 25 to 30, and that combined with the sunshine, that's going to push us all the way toward the 80-degree mark. Our record high here in Lexington tomorrow, 77 set 3 years ago in 2020. We've got a shot at 80 degrees. That does not happen very often. Of course, between now and 6 p.m., Pretty nice conditions, to say the least, to get your voting in before the polls close. I think when they close here in central Kentucky, we're still going to be in the upper 60s and low 70s across the board. And still some cloudiness around this evening and overnight, so I'm not expecting temperatures to move very much at all. And we've got that nice warm day tomorrow, but never lasts long this time of the year. Some beneficial rain right around the corner. I'll tell you more about that in your 7-day coming up.
We'll enjoy it while we got it, TG. Thanks, and we'll see you soon. Well, let's take a look live at what's happening out at the polls here in Lexington as we're joined by ABC 36's Jordan Smith at Northeast Christian Church. Jordan, what kind of foot traffic are you seeing out there, buddy?
Well, good afternoon, Doug. As you can tell, TG has been telling you, I can confirm it is beautiful conditions out here in Lexington. I'm at Northeast Christian Church here into the Lexington area, Hamburg being specific, where the polls, of course, are continuing to be open. They will run through 6 p.m. Temperatures into the low 70s right now here on the first few days of November. The sun is shining, so you have no excuse in the weather world not to come out and vote. If you're getting off work here over the next couple of hours, you'll want to go to your nearest where you should be for voting, because this is a big election, of course, the governor, and so we want to see those turnout numbers come up, and again, no excuse not to come up. As far as inside these doors here, the officials are telling me that the numbers this year, just as of 1 p.m. this afternoon, more than double compared to this time last year in this election. So you can definitely tell that the voters are coming out. There's been a steady stream of people coming in and out of the doors here since we've been getting ready for the live shot, and I'm sure that will continue to be the case as we have still roughly 2.5 more hours of the polls being open. But for now, we'll send it back to you in the studio. I'm meteorologist Jordan Smith for ABC 36 on your side.
Significant numbers there, Jordan. We appreciate that. Well, Kentuckians for the Commonwealth making sure that everyone gets the chance to vote on Election Day. Our Jane Davenport was there and shares more.
Today is Election Day, and everyone who is registered to vote should be able to practice their right to go and do so.
I voted. Residents at Connie Griffith Manor share why voting is so important.
But it's still important for us as people of the world to vote. Maybe someday things will get a little bit better with the people that we put in there.
It's very important to vote. Other countries don't have that right. We do.
Austin Sims, Councilmember Tana Fogel, and members of Kentuckians for the Commonwealth helped organize a way for these residents to cross Jefferson Street so they could vote at Harrison Elementary School.
We escort our history across the street to Harrison Elementary so that they can vote.
Making a trip across the street might be easy for some, but for these folks, it takes a little extra effort, which they told me they were willing to give so they can have their voices heard.
Reporting in Lexington, Jane Davenport, ABC 36, on your side.
All right, Jane, appreciate that. Look to our seniors, folks. They know the way. Well, in today's Your Health, it's one of the most common neurodevelopmental disorders in childhood, and often attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or ADHD, continues through adulthood. Some adults who weren't diagnosed as children may not even be aware they have it. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither has some of the potential signs of ADHD in adults and ways to lessen its impact at home and at work.
Millions of U.S. adults have ADHD. It can cause problems at home, in relationships, and impact careers.
So people will get in trouble at work. They may get reprimanded for not completing assignments. They may have trouble in their social life.
Adults with ADHD may be tempted to take unnecessary risks. They may have difficulty waiting in line or driving in heavy traffic, feel restless and unable to sit through certain activities. They may frequently shift their bodies or tap fingers or feet, or have mood swings like a quick temper or low stress tolerance.
Symptoms of inattention and poor concentration can be due to a whole host of other disorders.
That's why psychiatrist Claudine Eagle with Mayo Clinic says to see a primary care doctor or mental health professional if you suspect ADHD symptoms. While there's no definitive test to diagnose it in adults, she says there are ways to lessen its impact.
Routine is everything for somebody with ADHD.
Manage your time. Use a planner, calendar, or app to help create reminders. Organize your tasks. Divide big jobs into smaller steps you can check off. And ask for help from family members and friends when you feel less motivated or overwhelmed. In the office, use storage systems to keep your desk organized and clear. You may also try using headphones or earplugs to block out distracting noises. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Well, coming up after the break, we have Sherelle Roberts, ABC 36's own, back in studio. Talk more about your election night. Stay with us.
Still got a little bit of cloudiness across central and eastern Kentucky. Some sunshine poking out occasionally, but the big story, unseasonably mild to warm temperatures. And we're going to do it all again tomorrow with more sunshine. Your Storm Team forecast is coming up.
Today on Mom to Mom, we are creating a chore chart for your kiddos. I always feel like I am constantly nagging my boys, do the dishes, make your bed, brush your teeth. So these chore charts are wonderful. We've done several before in the past, but those tend to get lost and watered up. So I really enjoy this clipboard. Now you can go get some clipboards at any craft store or your Dollar Tree. And what I like to do is add a little chalkboard paint to it so you can write on it and erase it. What you want to do here is just write daily and then weekly. So that way they know what they're supposed to do on a daily basis and what they're supposed to do weekly. And with the holidays happening, you know, it's just easy to get out of that routine. This helps you keep the kiddos on a routine and you're not nagging that much because they know what to do. And so once they complete a task, they'll move it over here to done. And you can put on there whatever you like, whether it's vacuuming, they're gonna do that once a week, they clean their bathroom once a week, they make their bed daily, they make sure they brush their teeth. Wonderful, wonderful way to help keep those kiddos in line, or like my producer said, the fiance in line. If you have any wonderful ideas, we would love to hear about it. You can message us on our Facebook page and we'll see you on the next Mom to Mom.
Mom to Mom is brought to you by Perspectives Paint, Wallpaper, Window Treatments, and Upholstery.
When severe weather strikes, the ABC 36 Storm Team has you covered.
Protecting you from severe weather without the hype.
First, fast, accurate.
And we know Kentucky.
The ABC 36 Storm Team, on your side.
It goes down in the field. With FanDuel, every night is a watch party. New customers bet $5 and get $150 bonus if your team wins. Bet all the stars with all your friends and tell them that they get 3 months of NBA League Pass on us with any $5 bet. Only on FanDuel. New customers bet $5, get $150 bonus if your team wins. Plus NBA League Pass on us.
We've got our vision and so much to choose from. But with free design services, our budget and our time are well spent.
At Floor & Decor, with a wide selection of products all at everyday low prices, creating a space to match your taste has never been easier. Discover Floor & Decor today.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. If you have or are eligible for Medicaid, please listen closely. You may be eligible for the WellCare Dual Liberty HMOD SNP Medicare Advantage Plan from WellCare with a $0 monthly plan premium. Call now. We can answer your questions and help you enroll over the phone. WellCare provides access to essential benefits that go beyond original Medicare, such as dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drug coverage. Plus, extra benefits like more access to care with fitness benefits and WellCare's telehealth services, including online doctor visits. And the WellCare Spendables debit card to use for additional dental, vision, and hearing costs, over-the-counter health items, even gas and groceries. Your Spendables card balance rolls over every month, so you never lose a cent as long as you have the WellCare Dual Liberty HMOD SNP plan. WellCare is contracted with Medicare to provide plans that may be perfect for you. Call 1-877-281-9602. Now, that's 1-877-281-9602.
Hi,
Hi, this is Todd with Haas & Haas Properties, and we buy houses for cash. If you own a house and want to sell it fast at a fair price, call us at 859-888-2200. We can pay cash and close in as little as 10 days. We buy houses in any condition and any price range in Fayette and surrounding counties. If you own property and want to sell it fast, call us today at 859-888-2200. That's 859-888-2200.
Next, DT.
I've seen a lot that you can't see, except you guys can, because you're entertainment tonight.
Only we're on set of The Santa Clauses with Tim Allen. Next, DT.
Tonight at 7 on ABC 36.
Welcome back, folks. We are rooting for candidates. We're rooting for 80 degrees, which we might hit tomorrow, TG.
That'll be the winner tomorrow. There'll be winners from the election tonight, and the weather will be the winner tomorrow. I mean, it really has today. The only concern we had was the cloudiness, maybe spitting out a few sprinkles or passing showers. That has not happened. We've actually had a little bit of sunshine poke out in southern Kentucky, and that's made a huge difference with temperatures there. Now, your weather headlines, our record high here in Lexington for tomorrow is 77. Completely in jeopardy, and at this point, with as strong as the wind's going to be and with some sunshine around, I think we will best that. Rain chances increase into Thursday, and that is good news, especially across southern southeast Kentucky. A number of forest fires. It's that time of the year here in the fall for it ongoing, so we could use the water in the ground. Pleasantly cool, really some nice weather overall for the upcoming weekend here. So our Max HD radar and satellite, this area down here in southern Kentucky, again, those clouds kind of going away. We've got that boundary laying along the Ohio River, which will reverse course and head northward overnight. Still a little bit of cloudiness across parts of the metro, southern part, including Richmond with our Bluegrass Pace Care Skyview HC camera network. Note the winds not as strong as yesterday, but still the air mass warm enough to overcome the lack of the wind, and where it's cleared off, mid to upper 70s. Of course, we're just a couple of hours from sunset here with the time change this past weekend. And you see a lot of the area, even western Kentucky, West Tennessee, pressing 80. That's where we'll be tomorrow. So with this frontal boundary arcing to the northeast as a warm front, that's going to open the door for that southerly flow to pick up. And the gradient will be tight enough to where we will see the wind pick up in intensity tomorrow. Still some scattered cloudiness around this evening and overnight. Even if it's cleared in your area, some of those clouds may fill back in. I think upper 50s, low 60s will do it. And then with sunshine, a lot of wind, afternoon highs running toward the 80-degree mark tomorrow. Little perspective here, 77 as mentioned, the record for tomorrow, 80 the forecast high. Now our latest 80-degree on record here in Lexington, we're going to be just 3 days short of it, November 11th, 1959, and we have only had 10 days on record here in Lexington during the month of November that we have reached 80 degrees, and I think tomorrow will be one of them. Everything comes to an end as far as the big warmth as the rain chances increase Thursday with the boundary moving through, and then I think we catch a little bonus rain on Friday, especially across our southern counties as this wave of low pressure rides along that boundary to our south. Obviously, we will be back in some cooler air, which is more indicative of early to mid-November. And in the blue here, we could see some decent rainfall, and we need it. The ongoing drought, that continues with the moderate drought running up and down the I-75 corridor. Of course, big game out of Kroger Field. Senior Day, last home game of the 2023 campaign. Crimson Tide coming to town. Nice afternoon for it. Our average high is upper 50s, and we're going to be right on it. Our overnight low could be actually at or above what our average afternoon high is. So there's a record warm tomorrow, afternoon high of 80. And then after that, we'll start to see those temperatures trim down a bit. Pretty typical weather. Veterans Day as well as game day on Saturday. Early morning lows in the 30s and pretty comfortable highs for this time of the year. Pleasantly cool, we'll call it. Upper 50s and back in the low 60s next Tuesday.
All right, TG, appreciate that. We are back here in studio with our colleague and friend Sherelle Roberts to discuss more of what we can expect tonight in election 2023. And Sherelle, we were talking earlier for the non-PhD candidates like yourself, for folks watching at home, for armchair political followers. Give us a primer. Give us some ideas of what we should be looking for tonight as returns come in and we try to track this, because there's a lot to unpack here.
You know, there really is a lot to unpack, Doug. And I think on election night, of course, we've got our snacks. We're hanging out.
Snacks
and
are
we're
good.
watching all these returns going across the screen.
Right.
But what do they really mean?
Exactly.
And so for folks who are in these political war rooms, and I've been talking to both Republican and Democrat strategists all day. I've been texting them. I've been talking to them on the phone. And there's a couple of key counties that they are keeping an eye out on.
Okay.
And really, they're looking at things over in the Eastern time zone. They're looking at Rowan County, where Moorhead is. They're looking at Elliott, Floyd, and Madison. So these are areas that Beshear won last time. He did really well in those areas, and they believe that if he wins them tonight, he's got a real good chance of winning, because these are areas that could go one way or the other. So if folks are really concerned about the economic issues, how Governor Beshear has brought money to these areas, the work that Governor Beshear has done there since the storms, he's looking good. But if they're thinking more about these, what I would call culture war issues, like Senate Bill 150, talking about should kids get sex education, or be talking about sexual orientation, gender identity. If they're thinking about abortion issues and they're on the side of that abortion should be curtailed, well then, you know, Attorney General Daniel Cameron has a good chance. So those are some areas to watch. However, Northern Kentucky, that's also a place to watch. Northern Kentucky has some blue patches, but it is traditionally red. However, Governor Beshear did win Kenton and Campbell counties. If you can hold on to those, that's a really good sign.
Interesting.
Now, Boone County, that's Daniel Cameron country, right? We're expecting that Attorney General Cameron is going to win that. But if Governor Beshear can siphon away some of those votes in Boone County, that's a bad sign for Attorney General Daniel Cameron. And so that's something that the number crunchers are watching tonight.
What's your take, Sherelle, on, it just seems like just today, people got on board with the fact that this was going to be a hot race, a close race. A lot of people are saying, oh, I'm surprised. You're not surprised.
I'm not
You've got
surprised.
the inside track. So where are we with this?
You know, from the beginning, I really said that this was Attorney General Daniel Cameron's race to lose. He is an incredibly popular Republican, not just in Kentucky, but nationwide. He is a Senator Mitch McConnell protege, someone who has been working with him for decades since he was in college. And this is really a red state. Former President Trump carried Kentucky both times. And so there's a really large expectations that Republican candidates would do really well. However, Governor Andy Beshear, one of the most popular governors in the United States, his approval rating, 64%. That is almost unheard of.
Exactly.
He has done what some people would say an excellent job following the tornado and the floods in eastern and western Kentucky. But people start making up their minds about who they want to vote for as the races go on. So we saw that early polling where Beshear was up by 6, Beshear was up by 8. There was one that said Beshear was up by 16. And then the latest we saw was neck and neck, 47-47 could go either way. And that's because people are paying attention now. Like when it's not election time, we're trying to go to the grocery store, get our kids ready. We're going to work. We're not worried about the election, but people are making their minds and really drawing in. And so if you weren't paying attention, or the people who they were polling early maybe weren't sure, now people know they're ready and they're casting their ballots.
I love this. Sherelle, we're glad you're on our side. This has been fantastic information. We know you're on point for the rest of the evening, so appreciate your insight on this.
Thanks, Doug. It's the happiest day of my life.
I know. And snacks somewhere in the newsroom. We'll get them.
Thank you.
We're back in just a minute, folks. Stay with us.
I had just gotten off work. All of a sudden, I was hit from behind. I had blood all over my face and it was on my shirt. I immediately thought of Morgan & Morgan, that initial first phone call and conversation. It felt like reaching out to a friend. All of the correspondence was done pretty much by email and text. I barely had to lift a finger. I would absolutely recommend Morgan & Morgan to family and friends and even strangers because that's how much it helped me. It's easier than you think.
If you're looking to keep it local for your upcoming gatherings, there is no better place than Critchfield Meats Family Market. Since 1969, Critchfield Meats has been happy to serve the highest quality products to all of Lexington. Whether you're looking for fresh cut meat, farm fresh produce, or a fast quality meal, Critchfield has you covered. Enjoy local goods and treats from our Kentucky Proud collection and more. Sit back and let us do the work for you with Critchfield's catering services. Stop by Critchfield Meats, where everyone is treated like family.
Central Church Apartments is located in the heart of downtown Lexington. We're within easy walking distance of bus service, restaurants, the Kentucky Theater, police headquarters, and public library. Our common areas offer a pleasant place to socialize or just spend a little time relaxing or watching TV. Central Church Apartments offers housing that's based on income and includes utilities for persons 62 years of age and older. We have a friendly staff and beautiful landscaping for you to enjoy. Call us today for more information. 859-252-3671.
Embrace confidence with a brighter, happier smile. Dental Boutique offers progressive dental care where the patient is top priority. Refresh your smile and comfort with heated massage chairs, complimentary hot towels and refreshments, and noise-canceling headphones. Dental Boutique at Lansdowne offers full dental services, such as cleanings, veneers, and implants, as well as Botox and lip fillers. Dental Boutique utilizes the latest cutting-edge procedures that will send your confidence to the next level. Begin your journey today with Dental Boutique at Lansdowne in Lexington.
DraftKings, giving a bonus bet back if I lose so I don't have to sweat my bet? NBA Hall of Famer Patrick Ewing. Now, you know all about sweating. Break it down for us.
A no-sweat bet. It's kind of like an offensive rebound. You miss your first shot, you get another chance to score.
You're supposed to shower after the game, Patrick.
Everyone gets a second shot with a no-sweat bet from DraftKings Sportsbook. Life's more fun when you're in on the action. The crown is yours.
Enjoy classic, simple fun with Pick 3 and Pick 4 from the Kentucky Lottery.
On the next Lee and Haley show, Lee, what's a hallux? What's dysania? We're playing the dictionary game.
Oh, and someone gets really angry when their buns get toasty. Next Lee and Haley.
You're watching ABC 36 on your side. Good afternoon, Kentucky.
Hey, folks, welcome back. We've got some talkers for you now. Memorabilia from the Titanic will be auctioned off on Saturday. British auction house Henry Aldridge & Son Limited said the items being offered for sale include this rare first-class dinner menu from the first night on board the doomed ocean liner. The menu is water-stained, some of the lettering partly erased, but it's expected to fetch up to $86,000.
I'm sure it will. The other items in the auction, a tartan blanket that is expected to sell for a whopping $123,000. The auction house says it was used by one of the survivors to stay warm in a lifeboat, and a pocket watch that belonged to a Russian immigrant traveling to the United States in second class. The watch is frozen in time from when he entered the frigid water and later died. More than 1,500 passengers and crew, of course, the Titanic passed away when the ship hit the iceberg April 14th. 1912 and sank in the early morning hours the next day.
I'll tell you, if these items are to be brought up at all, they should be in a museum, I think. I hate to see that pocket watch on somebody's coffee table.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
so.
And just 706 passengers and crew members survived Titanic. Well, Universal has raised the price of admission to its Orlando, Florida theme parks and water parks. Of course, the one-day ticket starting price for each of Universal's 3 Sunshine State destinations has gone up $10.
Yeah, getting more expensive by the day, of course, literally and figuratively. Day passes at Universal Studios Florida and Universal Islands of Adventure are now $119 a pop for adults and $114 for kids. $114.
Wow.
Universal's Volcano Bay Water Park now just a measly $80 for adults and $75 for kids. You kidding me?
I mean, you've got to lock and load with thousands and thousands to take on Orlando. My goodness.
That or hit the lottery once.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well, we've kind of hit that as far as our weather is concerned.
We're all winning.
Yeah, today the only concern was a little bit of cloudiness around and maybe a stray shower, but we've actually seen some clearing in spots. Most locations topping out in the low and mid 70s, and tomorrow could be a record-setting day. Our record high here in Lexington tomorrow, 77, set just 3 years ago back in 2020, but 80 for the high, and that would only be the 11th time since they've been keeping records all the way back to the late 1870s that we have seen an 80-degree temperature for a high here in Lexington, just for some perspective. All good things must come to an end fairly quickly. We need the rain with the forest fires ongoing in southeastern Kentucky, so that's what we're looking at Thursday and into Friday. Veterans Day on Saturday, of course, along with Big Game Day. It should be a nice weekend.
Oh, looking forward to it. TG, appreciate you. Thank you for spending some time with us here. We've got team coverage of election 2023, ABC 36 News at 5.
ABC 36, on your side.